Keeping in line with the holiday tradition of watching literally anything that labels itself as horror, last night I watched, and today I want to talk about a little sleeper flick from the early 2000s called The Final. The Final is a low-budget thriller that demonstrates, albeit in an over-the-top kind of way, what happens when a group of losers, outcasts, and rejects gets pushed just a little bit too far. As this group of teens decides to take revenge on their bullies, they enact their own versions of medieval and archaic torture methods to maim, scar, and mentally break all of the jocks and beauty queens of their school. Like I said, the movie is from the early 2000s, so it is absolutely filled with what can only be described as parodies of high school tropes. You have the slutty and ditzy cheerleaders, the way too testosterone-filled jocks, the almost offensively upbeat and overly popular black friend, and of course, no revenge film like this would be complete without the unpopular kids. Look, in all fairness, The Final is not the most polished film we're going to talk about, and it's certainly no awards contender. But its low budget and almost amateurish filmmaking style really does help to sell the authenticity of these tortured teenagers and the emotional stress that they're going through, and helps to really explain why they feel it necessary to go to the extreme heights that they're going to get revenge. These kids feel permanently rejected, and we see time and time again throughout the film why they are so down on themselves, why the world around them treats them so poorly. And we even see several of the kids reaching out for help and not getting it. This is not the most layered or deeply emotional film, but it does do a good job at explaining, like, hey, these kids aren't homicidal maniacs, they're desperate. They're tired, they're exhausted, they're looking for a way out, and if they have one opportunity to feel like they have some control over their lives, they're gonna take it. It just so happens to be, and unfortunately for everybody else, their feeling of authority and power comes from torture. The Final isn't really anything remarkable, but it is a genuinely unsettling film to watch, and if you're looking for something creepy and unnerving to check out during this time of year, check out The Final. And the really good news about it is you don't need to buy it. This one isn't out of my collection. It's streaming free on Tubi right now, so go check it out. Again, this is where I want to ask you guys, have you seen The Final? If you have, what did you think of it? Would you call it a good movie or a guilty pleasure? I'm probably going to put it in my guilty pleasure category. And I tell you what, here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me some of your favorite horror guilty pleasures that you like to watch during this time of year. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.